Hey Josh, just you're on the last day of what's a 4-day break between games, and I think for the rest of the season you have at most 2 games before, or 2 days before games. I'm just wondering, with this break, just what you felt like you guys were able to accomplish, if it came at a right time, just given how well you guys have been playing with momentum and whatnot. And yeah, that's it.
Hey Jeff, I think obviously 4-day breaks in the NHL are rare, even in a normal season. You see 2 sometimes, and rarely 3, but not often 4. So, I think we tried to make the most of it, get some rest. Looking ahead, the schedule is going to be pretty intense, especially it seems the farther we go in the season, we play more and more games. So I think our practices were, really calculated. The stuff we were doing, the drills we were doing, had good reason to them. And there's obviously a lot to like about our game, but there's a lot of things that we can improve so early on in our season. So, I think we tried to make the most of it, and we need to be able to ramp it up after coming out of this break for tomorrow night.
We'll go next to Mitch Clinton from Jets TV. Go ahead, Mitchell.
Thanks, Gregor. Hi, Josh. Just curious from a teammate standpoint. Obviously, there's a lot of curiosity about what Pierre-Luc Dubois will bring to the group and game action. Just from a teammate standpoint, what kind of intrigue is there from you guys as you prepare for your next game against Calgary?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting to have him into the fold. Obviously, we haven't had the chance to play them a ton over the years, given we're in different conferences. But I always remember, not liking playing against him. Remembering how he protects the puck really well down low. Obviously, he's a big guy, and he's got really good hands and puck skills sort of around the net and down low. So as a defenseman, it was always a challenge to play against him. It's exciting to obviously bring him in and have him in, sort of a delayed entry into the locker room with the quarantine. So it's nice to finally have him. I'm sure for him, it was nice to actually be able to, come to the rink and get to know the guys and stuff like that. But, he's looked great in the practices, and I'm sure that, as he goes along, as he plays more, he's just going to keep getting better and better. He's got all the skills and talent, and, seems like a great guy from getting to know him these last few days. So I'm really excited to have him. Excited to have another elite centerman, to work with as a defenseman, and excited to see what he can do as he gets going with our team.
And just a couple more for Josh. We'll go next to Kelly Moore from CJOB. Go ahead, Kelly.
Thanks, Gregor. Morning, Josh, or almost good afternoon. Just further along with what you were talking about there, adding another center. And I'm just wondering, is it over? Do we maybe make too big of a deal out of it, with the fact that, the defensive zone percentages for faceoffs are as low as they are? And how much of an impact does that have on you as defensemen in particular, having to spend that extra time inside the blue line? And do you see with the way the lines are structured now, that could improve going forward here?
Hey, Kelly. I'm not sure the percentages that you're referencing in terms of those numbers. I'm not sure. I don't think that it's been brought up to me before in any questions, but certainly adding a player of his ability and size down the middle is always welcome. I personally feel not so much off. I mean, obviously having great face-off players is huge, but I think more what's great as a defenseman is, that relationship between the low 3 players, the 2 defensemen and the centerman, is vital defensively. Obviously, sometimes, with the game just being played, a winger will come low based on the back check, or certain things happen, switch offs, etc. But certainly the majority of the time, it's the centerman working down there. So, having that relationship be on point is huge, and something that makes my job as a defenseman a lot easier. I think what's exciting about him is, like I said, his attributes in the offensive zone are the same type of things he can do in the D zone. Big guy, protect the puck, win little battles when someone's draped all over him because he's strong and he's got great hands. So those type of things and that relationship takes time to develop, but certainly as a defenseman, it's always welcome to have those big guys. He doesn't vacate the defensive zone. He plays a consistent game, and he just sort of, it's hard to explain, but he doesn't fly through the zone. He plays sort of controlled in that area. So if a puck reacts one way or the other, he can hop on it, or you can hit him in the middle. It's just a couple of days in practice, but I know that from playing against him and watching some video of him over the years. So excited to work with him there.
And final question to Ted Wyman. Go ahead, Wyman.
Thanks, Gregor. Hey, Josh. You looked at last year, and obviously you guys weren't thrilled with the defensive game. Maybe took a little while to get things going here, but it's looked pretty good the last few games. What have you been doing as a group better now than maybe at some of the other times?
Hey, Ted. Well, I think I think we're playing as five in our own end. One of the things that we wanted to focus on was having 5 players tighter together in our own end and all over the ice, but certainly in our own end, and allowing us, if we do create a turnover or a kill play, as we've talked about, you have a 3 or 4 or 5 foot pass, maybe 2 or 3 of those, and you're out of the zone, as opposed to being more spread out and having to make a 15, 20 foot pass and then another one after that, and not being in sync. So being connected defensively, I think is vital, obviously, for breaking it out. But that same thing reigns true where if someone gets beat by a half step out of the corner, there's a second layer right there and a third layer right there as well. And you're getting some help from your wingers in zone also on sticks in the slot and stuff like that. So I think just playing more connected, I think we're doing a better job of that, and committing to trying to end it as fast as possible in our own end and get going in the other way as a group of 5. And when we've done that this year, we've been successful, and it's still a work in progress, but I think we've made some pretty big strides.